ways to find a job in this AI era is Jeetu Patel, the President and Chief Product Officer of Cisco. Mr. Patel, thanks for joining us today.
John, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
So what shifted this year to make AI feel unavoidable?
Well, you know, we've been on this journey for a while now, and the value proposition is so compelling where, what we've basically got at our fingertips at this point is intelligence is fully available to everyone. And, it's no longer something that we have to have in scarcity. And what this is going to allow us to do is solve problems that humanity has faced for a very long time that we had never even imagined solving before. And I know that there's a fair amount of concern around, is this going to take people's jobs? And we should talk about that a little bit, but I feel like there's far more opportunity on the upside than there is a downside risk.
It is wild to see how fast this is going. And Jeetu, companies like HP, IBM, Wells Fargo, they've announced layoffs because of AI. So what kind of jobs are most impacted, and do you expect to see more layoffs in 2026?
Well, with anything that's this seismic a platform shift, some jobs will always be lost. But what's important to note is that every job in the world will be reconfigured because of AI. And ideally enhanced. And then there's going to be a whole new category of jobs that didn't exist that'll actually start to get created because of AI as well. So I feel like there's a level of kind of fear that people have around, is AI going to take my job? And what I'd encourage people to do is think about, AI isn't going to take your job, but someone that uses AI better than you will certainly be a risk for your job being lost too. And ideally, what you want to think about is, how do you do your job with AI? Because once you get to a certain level of maturity and you're thinking on AI, you'll start to figure out that I can't do my job without AI. Imagine someone in today's day and age that didn't know how to browse the internet. Would they have a job? They wouldn't. This is a great set of tools that get augmented that we now have that allow us to solve problems that we just simply couldn't solve before. And that's the thing that's exciting.
That's a good mindset. I like that perspective. So sticking on that theme of the future, what skills do you think will be essential?
So I feel like in the past, the skills that we always revered were knowledge. You needed to have a lot of knowledge, and that knowledge was something that people differentiated themselves with. Right now, I think what's going to happen is intelligence and knowledge will be commoditized, but what will be really differentiating is the ability to ask the right questions and the ability to learn. And so I feel like the skill set is going to be different, where the quality of questions you ask will be far more important than the answers that you have, because the answers you'll be able to get, but depending on the creativity of the questions you ask, you will have an entirely different set of perspectives that you probably didn't have available to you before.
That is fascinating. And real quick, let's squeeze this in real quick. What are the major AI trends you expect to see next year?
I think the big one is we're moving from this world of chatbots that intelligently answered our questions to now agents that'll be able to conduct tasks and jobs almost fully autonomously for us on behalf of humans. And those agents will run 7/24 for days on end. So anything that you wanted to get done, you will be able to have this kind of teammate, a sidekick, that'll be able to do work for you, as a result of which you'll be able to have infinitely more throughput than what you had before.
An exciting future indeed. Jeetu Patel, thank you so much and happy holidays.
Thank you for having me. Happy holidays.